I am Advocate D.S. Vader, Secretary Mumbai Housing Federation. Hereby I want to point out that what is the 79A procedure in respect of the redevelopment. Where there is a one landmark judgment have been given by the High Court of Bombay on 9th of June, whereas they have pointed out various aspects and they have given a very good judgment whereby the authorities concerned in this matter are exercising their powers very vastly and without considering the legal process. In this matter, what is the 79A procedure? Earlier circular was the 3rd January 2009. Thereafter, circular was amended on 4th July 2019. As per the 4th July 2019, what is the object of the 79A? It has been mentioned therein in that circular. And that circular is very important, how to go for the procedural things by the society. It has given certain procedures, time limits, how to make an application, who has to make an application, how to call the general meeting, how to appoint a PMC, and thereafter how to appoint the developer. In these all procedures, special general meeting is to be called, PMC is to be appointed, work schedule is to be decided. After deciding the work schedule, he has to prepare the feasibility report, and the feasibility report is to be circulated. The main object of 79A is that is the transparency and giving the full knowledge to the members what is the redevelopment procedure. This is the main object of the 79A. After appointing the PMC, taking the feasibility report, calling the tender documents, lastly the department of the cooperative department, deputy star, in which that society is situated, that concerned deputy star calls attending the general meeting in which the tenders are open, and the tenders are open, and which is the tender is a proper tender, good tender, having a merited tender. That tender is to be selected by the society in the presence of the representative of the deputy star. That is the 79 procedure. First of all, this is the procedure is not mandatory. It is not. It is a recommendatory only. But subsequently, the authority is taking the laws in their hand and trying to appoint the developer as per the procedure. But in this procedure, the authorities are mostly very much interfering in the procedure of the societies. How they are interfering? Once the 79A procedure is completed, developer is appointed, then thereafter the redevelopment process will be started. Now, in this matter, recently Bombay High Court has given a very landmark judgment in the writ petition number 3433 2025, whereby Harish Arora and one Bandra society, they are the petitioners and the other complainants are the defendants. In this matter, the High Court have taken very strong views against the authorities. What is that one? See, in this order, the High Court has very rightly has given a structure. Such action, if permitted to continue without proper judicial scrutiny, may cause serious harm to the purpose of the cooperative movement. The High Court held, adding, when statutory authorities interfere with the functioning of the duly elected managing committee without following due process of law or without sufficient legal basis or cause, it only weakens the democratic functions of the cooperative housing societies, but also creates a atmosphere of the fear and unnecessary among the office bearers and members of the society. When the members of the committee have been elected, duly properly appointed, constituted, in this procedure, they are interfering. The very object and scheme of the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act and the chapter which has been recently adopted in 2019, which is to be promote transparency. There must be a transparency, accountability, and self-governance among the cooperative societies stands defeated if statutory powers are exercised to undermine duly elected bodies rather than to support and guide them. That what is that meaning? The authorities, those who are representing in the general body meeting, they should guide, they should give a guidance, information, give a procedure, proper procedure. But they are interference in this matter. One of the matters is a landmark judgment. Whereas in the process of the redevelopment, the society has called a redevelopment procedures there are two members. They have made a complaint to the registering authority, and the registrar authority so moto, without making any inquiries over there, it is necessary under section 89A, if there is any complaint by them, any members complaint in the redevelopment process, they have to make an inquiries and given opportunity to the society to represent them. But in this particular case, particular authority have not given any opportunity to the society. In spite of that, they have removed the society, disqualified the society managing committee under section 73H, and they have appointed the administrator. After appointing the administrator, there must be some gap, there must be some space of some time over there to take the charge. But immediately administrator have taken the charge of the society, of the affairs of the society, so moto, and he has taken the charge of the society, and thereafter society has challenged that order under section 73 before the division joint registrar. So moto, division joint registrar heard the matter and they have given a status quo over there. After giving the status quo, the administrator was in charge of the society, therefore the redevelopment process is totally stuck up. It is not proceeded further. In the interest of the society is conducting the procedural work, but in that process, the authority has taken the unnecessary interference in the process of the redevelopment process. Thereafter, what the administrator has been appointed in the month of February, and that is also one of the provision is that if the authority wants to appoint, prior to appointing the administrator, there must be inquiry under section 89 giving the appointment to the society. If the show cause notice has been issued to the society, there is a one statutory provision in the act itself made that the registering authority has to take a consultation of the federation. After issuing the show cause notice, the registrar has to take the consultation. It is made mandatory to the registering authority that without consulting the federation, they cannot appoint the administrator. But in this case, hurriedly, without giving any opportunity or even given not any consultation of the federation, if the show cause notice is issued to the federation, then within 45 days, it is a binding to the federation to give the consultation within 45 days. But in this case, in this particular case, the registrar authority have not given any copy to the federation. In spite of that, without taking any consultation from the federation within 45 days, suddenly without wasting any time, he has appointed the administrator. Administrator was taken the charge of the society. So society has made appeal, status quo has been granted. Then thereafter, it is further observed in the show cause notice that they have disqualified the committee under section 79A. That is, impunity of the impugned order lies in the failure of the registrar to adhere to the statutory requirement of consultation with the federal society. The registrar has not taken any consultation from the Housing Federation. This is a mandatory provision binding upon the registrar. In spite of that, he has appointed the administrator. And before passing the disqualification, he has appointed the administrator in the month of February without taking the consultation. In regard to that, there is a gap, vacuum between the management and the function of the society. So there is one more provision in the act itself mentioned, that is called as 77A provision, that if there is a gap, if there is a vacuum between the committee and there is no committee or no authorized person is look after the affairs of the society, in that case, the registering authority has taken the notice under section 77A, and the committee, there is looking to that the committee is not there. There is a vacuum in the functioning of the society. So he has taken the notice under 77A. But there is a one more condition in issuing the 77A provision. The registering authority shall publish the notice that we are appointing the administrator under section 77A. One more mistake that has been committed by the registering authority. They are not given opportunity under section 73H. So moto, they have appointed the administrator. Administrator has been taken the charge, and in spite of that, there is a vacancy, there is a vacuum. The registering authority have taken second weapon, that is called the 77A. In so moto, there is a vacuum in the committee, so he has a power to appoint the authorized officer, the administrator, to conduct the look after the affairs of the society. But there also this registering authority failed, not publishing the notice, not given the notice to the committee. So these are the two aspects here. The management committee of the society, they are conducting their affairs as per the provisions of the Act, rules and bylaws. Housing societies are mostly conducted under the provisions of the Act, rules and bylaws. They are functioning in a proper manner. They are passing resolutions in general meeting, committee meetings, and by majority they are passing the resolution. In this process, the registering authority is one of the authority, those who are having a full control over the function of the society. But whatever the functions they are controlling, that controlling of the functions is as per the law and as per the rules of the MCS Act and rules. But in this case, in this particular case, whereby the High Court has given a structure that whatever the procedure the society is following, only out of the number of members, there are 2 members only, they are the only complainant. Because considering the 2 members complaint, the registering authority have taken the law in their hand and issued the 73H notice, removed the committee, disqualified the committee for 6 years. It is a constitutional body, elected body, but in spite of that, they have removed the committee for 6 years. It is injustice on the part of the society, it is injustice on the part of the majority of the members, it is injustice on the part of the democratic manner in which the society is conducting their affairs. Because it is a democratic manner they are conducting the affairs, but in spite of that, the registering authority is excessively and with having some interest over there and having the interest with the complainants, they have taken the law in their hand and disqualified the committee for 6 years. This is totally unjustified. There is no any justification has been given by the registering authority. So this is very important and very landmark judgment given by the High Court. Nicely, even it is the 79A procedure is not followed, and there are several High Court judgments are there. The committee cannot be removed if the 79A procedure is not followed by the committee. There must be some procedure. The registering authority has to follow some procedural work, but that has not followed in this particular case. Hence, lastly, the judgment is very important and very guidelines which we have published in the Housing Times in the month of July 2025. Very summarily, abstract of the High Court judgment has been given, whereby the office bearers and the committee members, it is necessary to read out this judgment, and I can give the judgment. I can give the particular of the writ petition. It is a writ petition number 3433 of 25. It is between Harish Arora and the one of the, that is the Bandra Society, Bandra Tulsi Premises Cooperative Society. And there are 10 respondents and managing committee over the petitioners. This is a landmark judgment to the office bearers. They should go through this judgment. It is a very peculiar judgment, whereby lastly the High Court has given the structures to the authority, the way he has acted in this procedure, hurriedly and speedily appointed the administrator. High Court has given the judgment that if the administrator has taken the charge without following the due process of law, then the administrator should give back the charge of the society to the elected committee. That is very important. If the registrar is not following the due process of law and appointing the administrator, that is also illegal. If the illegal work is conducted by the registering authority by appointing the administrator and in the function of the society, the High Court has given a structure that administrator should be removed. He should give back to the charge to the society. They can conduct the affairs of the society until the final decision comes over there. That means lastly, the High Court has given the judgment wherein it is very important to note that the registering authority has taken the interference in the judgment. Justice also directed to State Principal Secretary of the Cooperative Department to appoint an officer of appropriate rank and integrity to conduct a comprehensive and impartial inquiry into the role and conduct of the deputy registrar who has within 8 weeks and to submit a compliance report before it. This is a structure on the cooperative department. I have to appreciate that there are so many officers, so many good officers are working over in the cooperative department because of their guidance, because of their interference in the helping to the societies. But some of the officers, those who are acting excessively and considering the complainant's complaint without considering the interest of the society, without considering the office bearer's interest. We are a cooperative housing society conducted as per the democratic manner. Our committee has been elected, duly and properly elected as a constituted body. They should not be removed by any means without giving any opportunity. If there is any mistake committed by the office bearers, there must be some inquiries, there must be some other provisions. But suddenly with a complaint of the 2 members or any members who are not interested in the redevelopment, If they are making false complaints to the registering authority, that will be a very bad situation in the cooperative management. That complainants are, why their complainants are coming forward, making the complaint against the office bearers a constituted body. In this respect, I humbly request to the office bearers of the housing societies, as I am the secretary of the Mumbai Housing Federation, we are giving the guidance, we are giving the reply to member societies in the respect of redevelopment or various aspects. So, I hereby specifically taken this agenda because this is a burning agenda in the Mumbai itself, that redevelopment process is it is made easy, but because of interference by the authorities, by the concerned department, very difficult. It is a fair in the members, it is a fair to the managing committee and members of the society. But being the federation, we are always helping to the housing societies in all respect, even in redevelopment also. We are trying to solve the problems by all means, and the society should come forward and be unit, be united, be democratic, be transparency, give all transparency information to all the members, and be in good manner and take the opportunity and rebirth of the society in proper manner without any complications in the redevelopment process, because it is the rebirth of the society, it is the rebirth of the building. So it is very important that every member, every committee member should think over that we are vacating the building, but whether we are coming back or not, that is to be considered first. And whatever the procedure, development agreement, choosing the developer, all these aspects are very important, and they should take advice of the technical persons, legal advisors, so that they should work the development work smoothly, properly, in the interest of the members and the interest of the society. Thank you very much. Okay.